hello and welcome you all. I'm Redcollarwolf here to show you more. Unknown Dragon Devlog something. 23, I think. Oh boy, I've already lost track. No, 24. Oh boy, that's a dose of reality. I was not expecting. God. I'm pretty sure the first devlog was in November. Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, November. I feel like November wasn't that far away, but then still it kind of is, but kind of not at the same time, you know. And November's next month. Also. Man, October. Which has been nice. I am doing this a bit later in the day than probably what I usually would do. On the Tuesday before uploading it, hopefully. Don't forget to do that. I'm here to show you something really amazing. Not only did these chickens have a chance of dropping both not dropping anything, fertilized eggs, and normal eggs. I might actually lower down the way to fertilized eggs. There's a lot more fertilized eggs here than anything else. I'll just pick up this too. Oh, okay, we're picking up both. Whoops. Look at this. Although I do have a cloning problem. But I think I played around with it a little bit. Inventory's bloody glitch out, but we just need to install on display and then the inventory is kind of finished. Then we have to do the hotbar and everything. But the main bit of the inventory is all gonna be mostly done. I haven't really done the arrows in the drop system yet, but I've also done something else too. Oh, hang on, that spoiler's over there, what that is. GP, come on. Trying to end your face. See, you guys, look at this. It's just lunch now. I even added a cooking texture, but we haven't added interaction yet where I cook it on the fire. But we can do this if I had not showed you guys this. It's been so long. I've done a lot of things and I don't know what I've done. You know, those kind of issues. Oh, my sword is still never in my position. That's a entire, like, full-on mess. I'll have to, like, get that fixed too, because the sword positions do matter for the future. I'm also planning to do something with this spawner where it spawns in the chickens, so if you have or have not noticed, they do not Y sort properly, and I don't know. Oh yeah, I know why I'm going through it, because I moved it slightly. So we go above them, they don't Y-sort, see. Apparently they Y-sort with the spawner. Which is so bullshit. Like, what? The spawner Y-sorts them, in other words. So we go and look at the dog. That's the reason why I always have a problem with the Y-sort with those buggers. It's because the spawner's the Y-sort, not the actual entity. It's not counted as on the layer. See, we can Y-sort over here. Not really. I think I took it off. See, Y-sort one way for some reason. Then if we, sir, sir, please come down here. Oh my god, look how beautiful these dogs are. Sir, come on. See, now we're just sorted above them. Just because finally we gone lower. It's about there the node thing is. See, that's our problem. Now we're sort of about below them. That's the reason why it was acting weird, and I thought as much. I figured that out today, which is very nice. Oh god. Sir, I have to show the people stuff, okay? We can have this battle later. I feel like, I don't know if you see it yourselves out there, but I feel like as the handling of the combat, adding the sprinting bar does actually change it up a little bit more, and not for the worse either. There we go. And then you get to see the wolf scraps, I just realised that. Okay, we've also added a new little plant here called the Whipper Mitt, although it wasn't really new, it's just hanging around places. There we go. Now, we're trimming off these leaves. Oh, we also got corn out of that. Look at this! We have the goods. Oh, it's glitched. Well, that's nice. Oh no, it did it. It's just a phantom. It's not like spawning crazy. I had an issue where it was like going mad, but that's because I forgot to put the true and false thing on. There we go. If we go back here. I think I just gotta fix up the... Oh, he's looking at me, I could tell. The, what would do with the eye sort? Thing like that. Oh, I don't know if I've done the pumpkin yet. I have to catch it on the right moment. No, I haven't done the pumpkin. Oh, I just picked up some potatoes. I actually want to put multiple potatoes like that, something like what Statue Valley does whenever you pick potatoes up. Oh, still got multiple vegetables from one tree. Aren't you wanted to put like eggs like spawn into the tree, but I don't know. Put the kookaburra, so I put it on like the drop spawner, which is on those chickens over there, which I'll show you in a moment, and the ducks. They look at the duck egg. Oh, I'll show you more. Oh, he's digging a hole. Even you're gonna have a spawner like that, mate. I just realized all these animals are very egg-laying ones, aren't they? I guess it helps that I went out the word of planning a semi-universal spawner. Oh yeah. These guys weren't around at the start, like at 6, so we don't get to see them lay their eggs. Which is kind of sad at the same time, but I did actually turn it off because, well, it's not really meant to be on at the start of the game, it's just meant to be on it or whatever. Oh, it doesn't like something. Disappearing timer. Oh, must be on the hotbar, that was. Has to be. Yeah, most of that's coming from the hotbar. And some of it's coming from the fact that I upset it with changing the random spawner. I think I'm going to change it up. Just because it hasn't burned me any food yet. Both physically and digitally too. It hasn't put the fruits on trees that I desire in places. I think I'm just better off limiting it one by one. But then the problem it comes down to is the point of these spawners, especially with the emeralds, is to make it like the world doesn't look like it's dying out just because the players going on a murderous rampage. I just gotta figure out how to do that a different way. Oh well, it was fun looking there. I'm also thinking of making a nest-like thing for the poison thing. That would be very interesting. I probably can give him eggs too, since he's a dragon. Really like that works, right? Yeah. And then you can pick up his eggs and then he will murder you. Or her, I should say. Or him. I guess they can both do the work. Might as well make the man do the work, you know? I reckon the blood wolves are very like a lot of the real life wolves, be very pack orientated and family unit. They will look after each other. But I hope you guys enjoyed the little campfire. The campfire is fully functional. It should be right now. As soon as I worked out the one error we all had, which was simply, oh, I didn't realize this was stayed on true forever. Then we just turned it to false whenever the timer was out. Timer might start it again every 5 minutes, which is a pain. Might actually be better off putting it in here. Yeah, probably better off putting it in here instead of the other one. So then the timer does work. It's just sometimes it's about finding which column, which place to stick it into. If we look under here, yeah, I did a little bit of playing around with it, so the reason why you kind of went through it. No, it's going to be problematic, because I was having to make that the home point. Although I might have to, we'll go back to where it originally was now. I'll have to really try, won't I? I'll put it like this to see if I go through it. I shouldn't go through it in theory. I mean, the big thing we're going to have to deal with is solving a lot of collider bombs. So this is another thing I did for the plants. So I did a lot of job systems for the plants and chickens. So let's go with the plants first. So let's copy this so we get to find it easy. That's the only bad thing about doing it like that is it's really hard to find them when you need them. So we got a ball or whatever, yeah, a ball thing or whatever it's called. Well, if poured on depth, so the Spelt wheat is a good example. You pull it out, like you cut it out and everything like that when it's dead. Same with the potato, the onion, and the carrot. And then, as you're saying, with the sugar wheat, you just take it, and the corn, you just cut it off and it grows a new one until it dies at the end of the season with the corn. But the sugar wheat lasts all year round. And then that's basically the add to world, all the stuff they use to add to world, and then the if statement, and then just have an end statement for the animation play if it does die at the end of its time. If you decide for that, that's where it goes like. I might as well share this code with the world. Well, think about it. You get to see it all. I don't really need to have to see it if you're noticing that, but I just had it there, so it stayed there from old code. It is a new sugar wheat, if you notice that too. The old sugar wheat plant had a lot of the old code on it, or really not much at all, so I changed it up to where it could be clicked and everything. With something like the bush apple tree and the blood apple tree themselves, you can individually pick their fruit. So with the dropped item, there was a pull on that's saying, oh, this item doesn't despawn or something like that because it's a fruit or despawns by itself. I feel like I'm just speaking like real proper Australian descent. So we go into the blood apple itself. See, it inherits from drop item itself. And then we go over here, it pays drop item itself. So I did a lot of this other code in here. God, I did a lot of code in there. And this is the gold mine for the items to inventory. So basically it's a preload, strip into here, and everything like that. No, the problem with that, the reason why it's taking me forever with the inventory is it's hard to find it. It's like a puzzle, basically. It's like you gotta go through and see 50 million courses, 15 videos. At least, or I'm just blind. One or the other. And then it's like, whenever it's in 35 distance, it adds to the inventory, and then analyze itself. I don't know why I said that, but I did. It dies. Picks the bucket. There we go. Good old Australian there. And that's the amount we pick up. I do have to translate that into the inventory display. I guess I did do it once right after. It didn't really fruit any flute, I guess. So it was kind of really hard to do it. The first plan A didn't work out, so plan B is needed, which is going to be more painful to me when I decide to do it. And then where's the ball? So he has drop items, so it's usually going to be 2, and then there's empty and there's chemical too. I might put that somewhere else. But that's full of bottles if it's empty, so just drop on the floor probably. If it's empty bottles, I wouldn't probably do that if it's more convenient. Or just for the fun of it. Just have your player just drop the empty health bottle. I mean, we aren't going to be wasteful here. What are you going to do with that glass bottle after you junk it? What, are you going to throw it to the ground? I mean, yeah, you are, but are you going to break it? That's the point of that. And then you can, in theory, either refill it or sell it. That's what a lot of these, why I put a lot of different unique drop items in here too, is because of that too. And then you go, and then speaking of which, I'm on here. And there's an animal drop. So in theory, a lot of these are going to be valued differently because of different animals and everything. That's the point of them. I guess eventually we can add the bird meat, or not, depending on how nice we want to be. Or darkest thing. Oh, this is the newer, like, sugar wheat. I don't think I would have done it last time, but here we go. We actually did a lot of work this time. I felt like it was actually finally knocked the apple cart down, and finally got the apple right in the middle, and all of the apples came falling down. I don't know. I'm obsessed with all the what's it called? I can't remember the fancy word. I learned it in English and it just went out my head. It's just something for singing or whatever. Comparing things to one or the other. basically. Oh, here is the player too, but we come back to that. I like how the player's coming along, although we do probably have to add more cultural things. I have to really get to the Darkwood Forest people's culture to get back to doing the first area. But I want to get the inventory done. It frustrates me. So here we go. So we have exported the variable for the name. So blood apple, and it goes looking for the blood apple in this folder, which is all the names of this. So it goes looking for this blood apple here. It is a food class. Might change all that kind of stuff, but we've got all different things down here to have a tester of amount, value. So how much it's gonna cost it. Let's say it's cost 5 pennies or something, $5. It's called 5 bits. Actually, the money currency bits. I don't know. That's just what I landed on. And it's stackable to 16. I don't know. It kind of does work over there. I'll probably screw it up a little bit, which is kind of annoying if I did. There's a high chance of doing that. Or that it just collides with the other inventory code I went to do. And then here's the dropped items themselves. So this is the wolf meat. We can actually show you, I guess we did show you the blood apple. But this is what drops after our fox meat state after we go for a murder win page. I might move that to the resource instead of having it on the job. But all I have to do is just go into here and be like, no, I don't want that. Really easy to fix when it's universal too, which is kind of nice. But really hard to find if you don't want to learn to spell every 5 minutes. I do want to get rid of this. I think it's time for this to, time for me to let go of it and make it its own thing. Like it just spawns in the position, hopefully does not get friggin' Y-sword its entities below it. Like, what is that bullshit? I want you to be the top parent node that Y-sorts these nodes, not the other way around. Like, what the hell? I don't understand why it did that. Like, on the world here, it's Y-sorts. Like, what? And you can make a child Y-sort and then have stuff underneath there. Like, what? How about I show you guys this? Here we go. Here is the drop spawner for the chicken. So you're gonna add probably more drops to this and whatever you want to do in the future. I might someday have to do that. So good to look at our code names here because the code names are important. So this is when they start to, you know, lay their eggs and everything as to one by those kebabers and everything like that. Might be better off over there to here. Oh no, it's a different system. What's the thing greater than what? Oh, I can never remember. What the hell? I don't know where my brains went to sometimes. So we went greater than that. Probably it's better to do that. So they're the start months, so clearly this is where the numbers are meant to be. We did that so we can further change it onto any entity we desire, and if there's an off season. So let's say chickens go on for all year, so yeah, they'd be pooping out those eggs for every single day for their whole entire lives. So those poor chickens after they reach a certain age or something like that. And then you got the ducks who maybe go and who maybe take a break, you know. Aren't they lucky? The chickens would be jealous, we all know the truth. And then there's the second job. Like with the chickens and the ducks, there is fertilized egg and there's non-fertilized egg, which non-fertilized egg is a more common one. Although if you don't really know how it works, it does, and most chickens do, like when you just have plain old chickens, they do like, just do poop out like normal eggs. And then there is like, a mix between both fertilized, and then you get eventually get fertilized when you put the oyster in there. And then to finally just do one job and that's it. Maybe this is reasonable when people watch it. Oh well, I'm watching a video. I'll scale for them in. Just kidding. Kind of. Not really. But we look at them all those numbers. I mean, I feel like if it gets weird conversation, I can cut it out. So this down here is anything to do with the percentage of dropping. I did tend to do something else that was shorter than what the weather system I was using was, but instead I just used the states. And I had an non-state too. It was like more winding, worthwhile, but I couldn't find anything else that was shorter, so I'm like, stuff this shit. I'm gonna do something that I know that works. So this is the drop number 3 is when it doesn't drop anything, and this is when it's after it's done dropping and it's on none. So usually it's on none after it does its 6 AM chicken lay the egg. Oh, lucky for these chickens, I've decided they only drop 1 egg. And then it's just passed down here so it doesn't do anything. That's the point of it, it's just meant to sit there. And this is the percentage out of 100 chance of it dropping. Reason why they have 1 there is simply because it's not gonna be changing, is it now? And same with this one up here. Although it does kind of get confusing, but that's me to deal with, not really you. And then there's the 2 drops, it just goes to none after the end. Which is cool. I would like how that turned out. I'm really proud of that. I like fixed it up this morning and added all these things. Got me a little insane. And then we can actually, another universal thing we have is the pack scenes up here, so we can easily add in the drops. I don't know if that's commonly done or not, but I wanted to make it universal so I can use it on whatever, like duck or whatever I want to put it on. Chicken and everything. Seems I'm gonna make like a lot more mobs. Might as well. Even the ones I've made so far, this has been a lifesaver. And someday I might pinch this code and put it in a different game. I mean, I want to do a farming once in a while on track, so code might get pinched again and reused. I feel like it is time to pinch them and reuse. I don't really see that very often. Like, why would you just let some code just dust over there when all you have to do is paste it and copy it again and change it to something better? We also added, I guess, I don't know. See here, we also got a fit for adding emerald drops. I know this bit is a bit inconvenient. Didn't really do anything special with that. It just, whenever they kick the bucket, they also drop the drops. And there's sometimes multiple drops, like this one only 3, and you're seeing the blood wolf drop like 3. The kookaburra drops 1 by the look of it. Let's see. Probably should have made more attention to the chicken. Chicken is the center of attention. Aren't you a lucky boy? Or girl. Actually, they don't have, they're unisex. This like my cup is. I'm like, yeah, I like that idea. I'm not gonna make a rooster god. Yeah, see, they got 2 drops and the blood wolf's got play. You know, the thing about that, I have to make another egg for the poison thing. I think I'm gonna make actually the poison thing seem more like an extinct or very rare species. Well, not really extinct, but on the verge of dying out. And then we got the dog and everything like that. I haven't actually added any jobs for the border collie, so don't get mean to my dogs. Don't know if I ever will. Don't know what will happen there. Also got the little dog that eventually adding for the other series from I can call it animals from drawing to game is what I last seen the series name was. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in knowing how to fully do an animal from the drawing stage to the Godot stage. Although it's about to be, the series is just at the Godot stage when I put the next video up. Part number 6, I think so. Yeah, that should come up after this. It was meant to come up last week, but you don't see it, so it didn't come up. Then we also got a lot of these building stops, but I think a lot of them I did last week, so I think that's about it. And we also did fix up the bottles and everything to where, I guess I thought I might have put them in the proper code or whatever. But we did put this in. I'll show you more of this crazy inventory stuff. Oh, not that far away. I need to find P. Where's P? See, this is the plate inventory. And all this kind of stuff here. I did attempt to like see if I can combine it with the other old one, but that didn't work out very well. So we have to go like plan B, which is gonna be more slower and annoying. It is so frustrating that they're all so different. Oh, this is like the pickup area thing and everything like that. Oh, this didn't quite work out. Oh no, hang on, this is a different thing. Oh no, this is a different one. Oh yeah, I didn't show you guys this. I think. Oh, hang on. There's something different. I don't know what's going on that one. I have a lot of phantom code I have to get rid of one day. I still got this, don't I? I don't know what is going on about that. Oh well. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, and it's honestly more like us to drive, especially if you've been watching for this long. Wow, I have a lot of stuff to show, but as you noticed that, didn't take that long, did it? Yeah, changed a lot of these crops to where you can pull them out of the ground, where you can interact with them and everything. I want this word to be interactive, is what I always intend to do. A lot impacted on the world, and I know Dragon would be more ones about the world. If the world isn't very good, to me, it feels like a bit empty. And I have to eventually learn how to get the combat working nicely too, since that's a big portion of I feel like that would be a good portion of the game, but not the most important thing of the game. I didn't want this to be a combat heavy focused game. I mean, you could do that. My sister suggests have it to where you can be a bit of a pacifist, what's it called? Pacifist? No. Be a bit more non-violent. You don't have to be exactly violent. And there's also another way where you can gather things and make money that way. Just do what you want to do, basically. Like, I'm not gonna stop you from making money and buying the fancy sword to wreck everything. And I don't really... I want to do skills, but I don't really want to do like a experience or level system. In a way. I don't know. I feel like there was a way of doing that. I don't know. Could be wrong, could be right. Or maybe it falls out and don't know. But I feel like a lot of these battles is not really going to be telling you how strong you need to be. Like a lot of these quests and a lot of these battles that you might run into, rather than you just got to get the tools and be that strong. Or eventually learn the knowledge yourself. I guess it gets universal eventually. If multiple people play, you'll eventually realize I'm gonna need a good sword and good armor to go into here. But I do like the idea of dodging like effects. I also want to add in effects. They've dampened into that if you have or have not seen that. So this is poison, and every time that bottle thing runs into me, and it has ended up right behind the bush. Again, okay. I will secretly curse it. Then we also got a burning effect here. So we do have some effects here. I do need to refine them a little bit. Now I'm very unrefined. Because I do hope not put too much work in them, because I do want them to be working on both you, the player, and both the entities, any entities you fight against, unless they're immune to it. And like I probably could actually set up the poison thing to where you can't poison it himself because he's immune to it, you know, in a way. That would be interesting to think about. No. See, I just come out ideas. You guys are helpful, man. Just sitting there making me do this. I actually want to. I like doing these devlogs because it's really good to reflect back on the way you come from with these devlogs. Then we also got, like I'm pretty sure I did the dropping for that. I haven't really done much more on these fellas that just here at the moment. I haven't really built the dungeon or anything like that. I just haven't been doing a lot of the drop system and everything to this week. Well, it's forever getting closer. Biting into it even more by the second. I think I have to do more on the culture before I start doing more on these buildings and everything like that. And then figure out what's the makings of towns. I actually want to do this good. I like doing the world building stuff. And the reason why I wanted to make a game like this was full of world building stuff. And to make it feel nice and feel like a different world and that you're exploring and adventuring. Because your character is like, I want to leave this place. Or I want to go for adventures, more or less. And then the customization system for the player, which is this over here. I almost forgot about this. There you guys go. So we got a few hats hanging around too. Oops, I unlocked it. Might add more hats. So far there's like 10 hats, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just gotta remember to do this. And some things, oh wow, I am really hungry right now. I will get doing this so late in the afternoon. It's about lunchtime almost. I mean, not lunchtime, dinner time. And then you see there's 10 numbers is how many varieties there is in there. There's going to be a lot of varieties in there. There's going to be more added in as more areas come around, or eventually there's going to be a whole heap added in. I don't know. Maybe when there's more areas come in, that get added into. So until the Dark Wolf Forest is fully added in, there's probably not going to be much more extra like wares and everything added in. But it won't be incredibly hard to do so. Not to go that's all them. I've done basically a lot of the shirts. I think I'm going to keep it like that. I just don't feel like putting more in it. Like, you could be doing this job forever, but I don't want to do it forever. So I'm just cutting it off. Sometimes you just got to cut it off early, you know? And anything with the star symbols, anything I'm currently working on. See, we got done all the jacket bases, which we should be doing that. Like, what am I doing there? If that's what we want to do is call it finished, then we should be knocking it. And then let's say it's 10. Like, this gets chaotic too. Like, I wouldn't mind if one day this gets more organized. Like, I think that's how bad it'll get. I don't think the creator of the software will realize how bad it could get. Then we've done all this. Anything with a percentage sign is done. And then I pair my folders within folders. Oh god. And then we also got to do armor. God, don't get me started on that. Oh boy. We also got some hairwear, but I don't think it'd be much of that. And it's gonna be like universal. Some things have each side, like the earrings. I thought that'd be really cool since it's a lot common for people these days to have like one earring in on the one side and the other side, and I thought that'd be a really cool idea. Especially I got the inspired by Ash's book with Dexter, really mainly, which is my sister who does her own book, which has been released. If you're watching this and if you're wondering what was going on with that, it's now out on Amazon and all that stuff. Or just see her Twitter page. Shouldn't be connected to mine, it should be. Yeah, it's actually on my bio now because DNC is meant to be the writer for this game. Eventually she will be writing, I hope. I mean, she will have to write some things eventually. Probably, mainly, most of Dark Forest might be done by myself here. And eventually, what's going to be first added to Dark Forest might not be all what's going to be added in Dark Forest. I do expect this to be in early access, and there's going to be a lot more added in. That is what I expect. Oh god, I just realized this video is getting quite long. It's going to be fun to edit. And then you see there's different wall colors too. I didn't really pronounce that out too much. I really find it really cool doing these little icons. I don't know about you guys out there, but doing all these little icons is just so cool to me. It's really nice to do them sometimes. And then I like doing the plants as well. I really like doing all the I don't know, I feel like when watching other people, there's some things they always talk about being with the gaming development times. It feels like I haven't really like, yeah, I understand every time you say a rabbit hole and everything like that, sometimes you gotta go down that rabbit hole. But I feel like sometimes they run into problems that I never really do in a way. But I guess I'm a different person, and I may see things differently than what they will. And there's problems that they will manage better than I will. Like probably issues reading code and reading sometimes. I do feel like that has been the most challenging thing is the inventory system I've went into so far. Most of the time, with other coding bits and everything, I just find a tutorial that shows me how to do it, and then I just use that code I've already gotten there and evolve it into different areas. Which is the reason, which a lot of this code comes from, is basically when you look at code, you can use that and evolve it to different areas. Basically, I did this whole job system myself. I had no one else helping me with this. It could have been rough, it could have been better. I don't really care too much, but I guess you can put your opinion down and see what you think. But I did this basically all myself. I didn't go look up a tutorial. It's just the reason why you use the code that you find you're already in the other hole. But it's alright to have go and get other people's code or improve from it and see it. That's the reason why I personally like showing off the code. Because I want you to steal it and then evolve into your own thing. And maybe share it with someone else, or even share it in the comments if you wish to. Or some ideas. Because I want that to be around. I want more people to use this engine eventually. Even if the game doesn't go very far, hopefully Unknown Dragon goes somewhere. Like, it'd be really cool if Unknown Dragon goes places. Which, speaking of which, I will soon eventually put up What's Outside on Steam if you haven't heard much on that. Like, sometimes, reason why I'm saying these things is because you might not catch them because YouTube be annoying sometimes. Or I just don't explain them good enough for you. I don't know. I feel like that sometimes could happen. I feel like that's really hard with the media stuff, is that you're disattached from them just because I'm dyslexic. Someone feels like that. But I guess this video's been going for a little while. I don't know, maybe you like my little talks. I don't know. And then there was some stuff for the planes, which I've dabbled in a little bit. I'm not going to put anything more in that area until we get the Darkwood Forest first area done, and hopefully a demo done. Hopefully combat feels nice and everything. I might put a hunger bar eventually, but I feel like with that sprint bar, it really changed up the combat in a way. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it does, but it does in a way. It doesn't feel like I can run forever, you know. I wanted to do that actually for a long time, not have it run forever. But the point of I purposely set up the speed of the Blood Wolf to catch up to you eventually if you're only walking. Like, when you can running, you can get away. I didn't want him to be something that will hinder you at the beginning, because he can, if you just like walked in the forest in the wrong area, he probably can get you, you know? I didn't want it to be a hindrance. I still gotta fix up these mods with their attack and everything in the black box, but hopefully eventually goes well and we get a good game out of this. Hopefully eventually we get What's Outside on Steam and see what happens there, which is on itch at the moment if you want to go and give it a play, and you can get it for play too. But next update you can't, so enjoy that while you still can. Since you're watching this far through, still don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, I was going to say leave a follow, but that's for the other system. Leave a comment, see what you think about this, see what you think. Leave suggestions. If you want to see, I'll have a read of them. For some code and whatever, if you feel like that. And if you do want a curious about some of this code, I will openly show it to you if you want some of this code. Or ask him what I've done for something. Because eventually you will see this entity code, the code for these entities over here. Eventually you would see this. This is one of my first ones, so it's kind of a bit rough. But I feel like it's really improved since then. Even since the Blood Wolf, it's a lot of these entities really improved. Like what the dog is, like the Border Collie is one of the latest ones I've done, and it looks beautiful. So I hope you enjoy. I'm Redcollarwolf now out. Thank you for watching, and check out some of the other Unknown Dragon Devlogs. Let's get the view weight on these videos up. So thanks for watching, and have a nice day. I'm now out. See you next time.